Welcome into the Commanders Report. I am your host, Jack Sperry, and today I have my final roster projection for the Washington Commanders. Tomorrow, the Commanders will officially announce their 53-man roster heading into the year. Today, I'm going to be giving my best guess as to the 53 people that they have on their roster. So tomorrow, the roster officially comes out. We will have a video breaking down the entire roster when it gets officially announced by the team. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button to never miss a breaking news video here on the Commanders Report. If they make a trade, if they make a big signing, whatever the case may be, if the roster gets announced, if there's breaking news, we're going to have you guys covered with a video right here on the channel. Just this past week, the two trades for Cade York and the Jahan Dotson trade we covered right here, breaking news on the channel. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button right now to never miss a video. So a little bit of a disclaimer here before we get going. This is probably not going to be 100% correct, all right? We don't know, what Dan Quinn and Adam Peters are exactly thinking. There's definitely different ways they could go here, but this is my best guess in terms of the 53 men that I think are going to end up making the final 53-man roster here for the Washington Commanders. So let's start with the quarterbacks here. I'm going to have them make make the final 53-man roster, and those will be Jaden Daniels and Marcus Mariota. And the reasoning why I don't have Jeff Driscoll on here is because I think he's going to be the emergency quarterback on the practice squad. Now, obviously that means because he's on the practice squad that other teams can poach him if they want to. But honestly, after Driscoll kind of had an up and down preseason this year, I'm not sure if anyone's going to really want to poach him off of the Commanders' practice squad. So I think the Commanders are safe to go ahead and put Driscoll as their emergency quarterback. But there's also some people that think Trace McSorley, after having a really nice week 3 of the preseason, he was the highest graded offensive player on the Commanders on Sunday night. So there's some people that are like, you know what, let's have Trace McSorley as the emergency backup quarterback here. But let me know what you guys think down there in the comments section. If you have to pick one to be your emergency quarterback this year, who you picking? Type JD for Jeff Driscoll or TMS for Trace McSorley. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. YouTube's going to throw you an ad break here in just a couple of seconds. And when that happens, take advantage of that time by answering today's pinned question. In terms of the running backs, I think they carry 3. Brian Robinson Jr. and Austin Eckler will be the guys getting most of the run. It's going to be interesting to see who they carry as their number 3 running back. I have them in my projection taking Michael Wiley. I think he had the best preseason between him, Jeremy McNichols, and Chris Rodriguez Jr. So if you're asking me, I think Wiley is deserving of that number 3 running back spot. On to the wide receivers. I have them carrying 7 here. The reason why I have them carrying 7, guys, is because, you do have the 2 quarterbacks, which allows an extra spot in terms of, what teams usually do, which they usually carry 6. But something to keep in mind here with Cliff Kingsbury is he likes to put 4 receivers on the field a lot, okay? So I think that's going to open things up a little bit here to maybe add another backup receiver. So I have them carrying Terry, De'Ami Brown, Olamide Zaccheaus, Luke McCaffrey, the rookie, Byron Pringle, I think has earned himself a roster spot this year, but we'll see on him. Jamison Crowder brings some special teams upside as well as some experience in the slot. And then Martavis Bryant, they need size in this wide receiver room, man. He'll be a backup. He might only come in on like goal line fades and stuff like that. But, I think the guy has earned himself a spot here, and will he make the team? I don't know, but I certainly hope he does, and I think he's earned the job. Some tight ends here. I think that Zach Ertz, Ben Sinnott are going to be the 2 main guys this year. John Bates will come in on early downs to help block. And then Cole Turner, I think, is a decent player. He's got good hands. He showed some good things last year. And I think that this team will carry 4 tight ends this year. And I think Turner is the guy that they end up rostering. On the offensive line, I got them carrying 10 offensive linemen this year just because they might have to shuffle this thing around a little bit. Let's be honest, man. Brandon Coleman is unproven as a rookie, most likely going to be starting at left tackle. Nick Allegretti, has never been a full-time starter either. Hopefully he proves his worth this year. Tyler Biadasz and Sam Cosmi, definitely the 2 most solid players on this offensive line so far this year. And then Andrew Wiley, hopefully he can be worth the money that the Commanders are paying him this year. The reserves, Cornelius Lucas and Trent Scott, pretty decent swing tackles there. Chris Paul, Michael Dieter, and Ricky Stromberg, I think maybe all get rostered here. Maybe they keep 9, maybe they keep 10. I guess we'll see. But, this is 10 is definitely a lot of offensive linemen, but I think with this kind of situation where you might have to be shifting things around, I think they carry more offensive linemen than usual. So coming up now, after this ad break here, we got the defensive roster projection that I have for this football team. Some pretty interesting stuff coming up here in just a second. But first, let's have a word from our sponsor here at Factor Meals. And with fall right around the corner, fuel up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meals today. Meet your wellness goals in time for fall thanks to Factor's menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and even Keto. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. So no matter how busy you are, you'll always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. Make today the day you kickstart your new healthy routine. What are you waiting for? With 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every single week, you'll always have new flavors to explore with Factor. Make your day delicious from breakfast to dessert. Stay fueled with easy, nutritious options with Factor today. So if you want to check out our friends at Factor today, you guys can head on over to factormeals.com/commanderschat50 and use code commanderschat50. I know that's a long one, but it's right down there on the bottom of your screen. commanderschat50 is the code to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code commanderschat50 at factormeals.com/commanderschat50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is still active. So now on the defensive end spot here, I think that the Commanders do carry 5. I got Dorrance Armstrong, Dante Fowler Jr., Cleveland Ferrell, KJ Henry, and Javonte Jean-Baptiste as a reserve player. Defensive tackle, same thing, 5 players, so you get 10 players on the offensive and defensive lines here. Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Jazon Newton, John Ridgeway, and I do think Fedarian Mathis makes the team as well. So make sure you guys click that thumbs up icon if you haven't already. We got linebackers, we've got safeties, we got corners still to cover on my projection today. But week 1 in Tampa Bay here is just 2 weeks away at this point, guys. So make sure you click that thumbs up icon if you are as ready for this Commander season as we are right here on the Commanders Report. So at the inside linebacker position, we're going to have them carry 4. Frankie Louvu, Bobby Wagner, Jamin Davis, and Anthony Pittman Jr. The reason why we carry 4 and not more is because I think some of the safeties can be hybrid linebackers as well that can add to this group if needed, which is why we carry 6 safeties here in my projection. Quan Martin, Jeremy Chin are going to be your every down starters. Derek Forrest will also be a contributor. Percy Butler, Jeremy Reeves, good backups, and Reeves a really good special teamer. Then Tyler Owens, I think, has earned a spot on this team. He completely impressed me during this offseason program and during the preseason, constantly making plays in practice and in these preseason games. And Dominic Hampton is somebody that I still believe in too. I hope that the Commanders he was probably the first guy off of my list, honestly, with this roster projection. He's probably the top practice squad priority. He was a late draft pick this year. He is still physically talented. It's definitely possible he ends up making the final roster instead of Tyler Owens or maybe even above a guy like Percy Butler. But I think the safety position is definitely going to be one I'm keeping my eye on when this team finalizes their roster by tomorrow evening. At cornerback, I have Emmanuel Forbes, Benjamin St. Juste, Mike Sainristil in the slot. Those will be your starters. Michael Davis as a reserve. Same thing with Noah Igbenogany. Definitely not the best cornerback room in the world. Maybe they can poach somebody that gets cut. I don't know. Xavier Howard is still out there. Personally, I would still try to make a move at cornerback if I were the Commanders, but if they go with the guys on the roster, I think this will be the 5 that they go with. And then on special teams, you got Cade York as the kicker. The punter will be Tress Way as usual, and then the long snapper will be Tyler Ott. So that is 53 Commanders that I think will make the final roster this year. I don't expect it to be 100% correct. I'm sure, I might get the running back wrong or a couple of the safety spots wrong. We'll see what happens. Maybe they don't carry 10 offensive linemen. But if you disagree with my roster projection, let me know down there in the comments section and let me know where you disagree. And I guess we'll see where everything shakes out tomorrow evening. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button because whenever the Commanders announce their 53-man roster, we will be getting a video out to you guys. So I appreciate all of your support. And until next time, hail to the Commanders.